Hello, and welcome to Monday Morning Messages from your guardian angel. I am Ros Place, and I'm delighted to be with you on this Monday morning to ask you who does it for you. And I wanted to catch your attention to that question, and it's a serious one. We're going to talk today about who you wish to emulate, people who you come across in your life, people who I would encourage you to actively look out for, who act in ways, who treat people, who have values, whose attitude to life and behavior are aspirational, are inspiring, are positive for you. We'll talk about that a bit more in a moment because I'm really excited to talk with you about role models because it's been a real big part of my life, role models. And we'll talk about that in a moment. I'd also like to talk with you today about the Black Moon, which we've just experienced. Last week was an amazing week. Last week we had Chinese New Year, we had a Black Moon, we had Pancake Day. There were lots of new beginnings, and it was a really exciting time. And the message last week with regards to new beginnings was dream big, really dream big. New beginnings, big new beginnings, doing things which excite you. It's such an incredible opportunity for you to really step into thinking about the way that you want your life to be, and for those new beginnings to be really intensified and to grow and to be nourished by this wonderful energy through the Black Moon that we're being influenced by. And we talked about communication, and that's another funny thing which I want to share with you later on in this Monday morning message, because communication was the oracle card for last week. Do you remember? And I was talking with you about reach out, and that was really funny to hear how my American friends and my English friends view that reach out. We would say, I used to say, get in touch, and I understand that that's something that sounds so insincere and isn't ever intended to be. So now I've adopted reach out, and communication was the oracle card message for last week. And I'd love to hear from you how that message worked out for you, because it was really powerful for me, communication. So let's talk a little bit about what's happened between when we last spoke and now, and then let's step into talking about role models. So last Monday morning message, we talked about communication. And when I was talking about it, I was thinking about how important it is that we communicate how we feel, and that we share how we feel, and that we think about what we're saying, and that we ask for information. And if we don't understand something, that we communicate that, and how important that is. But what I didn't expect was Saturday night. Okay, so communication, remember. My elder son came downstairs after Saturday night on Sunday morning, and the first thing he said as he walked through the door was, I've had the most amazing dream. I've had an incredible dream. It's shown me what it is I'm going to do to develop my work, my business. He's 12 and a half. And it was so clear. It was the best and most amazing dream ever. I saw exactly the way that it would be. I saw all of the different details. And I said to him, brilliant, Zed, write that down. Get that dream written down, because so many ideas come to us, are communicated to us through dreams. And if you wake up and you remember a dream like that, you write it down. So we wrote it down, and he's taking steps now to create the details which he was given through that communication in his dream. That's one thing. Okay, so the second thing with regards to communication, my younger son, when he got up, before my elder son got up, he said to me, I had a really weird thing happen to me last night, Mum. He said, I was in bed and my hands were massive. He said my hands were huge, and like my fingers were really fat, and my hands were just big and really, really throbbing. And he said, I woke up, he said, and I had to bite my finger to check that I wasn't dreaming. And this was so significant for me, because when I first started my own spiritual path, and some of you who have followed me right from the beginning, right back to my days in Devon, might remember this, I used to talk about having massive hands. When I would receive communication from the angels, when I channeled universal energy, my hands would feel massive. It was just hilarious, like huge fingers, like throbbing, massive, like Hulk hands, just huge. So that was really significant, that my younger son had, and I'd never spoken to him about that, had come down and told me about that, and we talked that through. My elder son had this epiphany, this wonderful experience in his dream. At the weekend here, it was a lovely, lovely spring, beautiful weather. We had sunshine. We live by the coast, so we went for a wonderful walk along the seaside. And my husband said to me, Eddie, he said to me, and he didn't know about any of these conversations. My husband said to me, I had an amazing experience last night. He said it was annoying and it was a little bit uncomfortable, but he said I was laying in bed and something was tuning into me. He said I was laying in bed in the middle of the night, and it was like a radio, like a sort of woo. Do you like my sound impressions? It was like a whining, tuning in sound, like something was tuning into me. And he said it was just really, it completely took over. So there's 3 communication things, right, last week. Spiritual communication, okay? So we have my elder son, amazing dream, epiphany. And you might think, like, based on what I do, this was like an everyday occurrence. It absolutely so is not. Mummy does what Mummy does, and we talk about energy and approaches to life and law of attraction and all of those things, but we're not sitting around meditating all the time, and we're not sitting around talking about these things, particularly with our kids. We talk about it, but it's not like the majority of our connection and life together. So there's 3 things. And another really exciting thing, which you guys are the first to know about, is that I have connected with another energy called euphoria. When I first started my angelic journey, was always with the archangels, and then my guardian angel, and then Trisan. And then as I began to develop, I worked with an energy called collective, and there's been no other contact with those energies. I've just purely been focused on the work that I've been doing with guardian angels and the work that I've been doing with archangels. And then for this new energy last week to communicate with me, was major, huge, a new energy, and I'll share more about euphoria with you as I begin to communicate with him. A very Archangel Michael type energy, beautiful blue, very golden center. I'm really excited to get to know him. So that communication message was huge last week. That message of communication. So we had all of those different channels and means of communication, and new beginnings. So huge. I'd love for you to share with me what your new beginnings were, if you had any communication stuff come up for you last week, because it was really, really big. Okay, so that's communication, and that's last week. This week is Monday morning messages. Who does it for you? And like I say, I wanted to get your attention with that. Role models is what I wanted to talk about. So I, throughout time, have had various role models, people who inspire me, people who I imagine in certain situations. When I'm in a certain situation, I think to myself, what would that person do? What would that person do in that situation? What would that person's actions be in this situation? How would that person interpret that situation? And role models and emulating behavior and focusing upon finding extremely positive individuals in this world has been something which has really helped me. And it's helped me for a number of reasons. So one of the reasons that it's helped me is something that people might find quite contentious. At least people have a feeling of not quite feeling comfortable with, and that is success. So when people are spiritual people, there's still this kind of energy of, I don't know, maybe it not being becoming. of spiritual leaders, spiritual channels, spiritual positive individuals to be successful. Because it's almost as though when you're spiritual, then you shouldn't have any desires in the wider world. And let me help you to understand this and really just get clear with yourself about any barriers that you have to success. If you are, which I know you are, a spiritual person, someone who's sensitive, someone who cares about other people, because being too completely altruistic, being completely focused on giving yourself to other people, I believe is just as restrictive as being selfish. And this spiritual kind of approach to success is something that I'm really keen to discuss with you, to talk with you around, because I believe that one of the greatest gifts that you can give to the world is your own success. When you are successful, when you are doing the very best that you can do and being the very best that you can be, you are creating an energy. You are living life in a way which provides you with choices, which makes you an example of how it is possible to be. And one of the role models who I connect with, who really stands out for me, and it's somebody who I have had the good fortune to meet. It's somebody who I can't share with you because I have a confidential relationship with them, but they are the most incredible individual, hugely successful in conventional terms, but an attitude and an approach to life and a way of behaving towards people, all people, everybody, which is massively inspiring. And is an example to me of how it's possible to be successful in a conventional success sense, successful financially, successful in terms of the choices you have in your life, in terms of the way that you can do things in your life, in the way that your life looks in a material sense, but also successful in the way that you're able to help others, but not doing either in a conditional way. It's not like being successful so that you can help people. It's being successful because it feels good to you to be successful and do your very best work and to be the very best that you can be. And naturally, you will emanate, you will radiate an energy which the universe will bring to you in lots of different ways, shapes, and forms. And I think that sometimes that's something which spiritual people who want to make a positive contribution in the world, maybe don't see existing. But let me reassure you that there are people in the world, people who are extremely wealthy, people who are in positions of influence, who use that influence and who share that energy, that wealth, in a way which contributes positively to the lives of others. So I just ask you to think about how you feel about that kind of success, because I believe that we have a part of us which is energy, as well as a part of us which is physical, which we see now. And that energy part of us is always wanting to increase. Okay, so increase is about something which is about growth. When you allow yourself just for a moment to remember that you are energy as well as being in a physical body, and that energy is a part of the universe, and that the universe is always growing, always expanding, always becoming more, then it's natural that part of you is always going to want to grow, that part of you is always going to want increase. And increase shouldn't be restricted, shouldn't be focused and or kind of confined, oh no, can't have that. We can have increase in that, but we can't have increase in that. So there's always going to be a part of you that's going to want to increase and enjoys increase. And I think sometimes people get a bit caught up in thinking that means they just want more, and they don't just want more. What you want is to contribute positively to the growth of the universe. And by being the best that you can be, and by offering the best of yourself, and by having values which align with your moral compass and what matters to you and the outlook that you have in life and the way that you want to feel in your relationships and through how you walk through life, then that can bring you huge success. And that there are light-filled and wildly, hugely, vastly, extraordinarily successful individuals in the world. And if you can identify individuals who inspire, who are role models for that, then it's been my experience that that's really helped me to move forwards, because it proves to me that that can exist, that it's possible to be light-filled, to be positive, to be authentic, to be yourself, and to be successful. And that it's a natural extension, a natural kind of progression of that. And it also helps me because I think of those people or that person and I think, what would they do? What would they do in that situation? And it's actually a male role model that I have, interestingly. What would he do? What would he do in that situation? And that's really helped me. So I encourage you to look around, first of all, to see that light-filled, successful people exist, and to look for light-filled, successful people who do it for you, who emanate qualities, who have values, who behave in ways which resonate with you and encourage you and can bring you into a course of action which will help you to make progress in your own life. So I'd love to hear your thoughts around maybe who your role models are, or what you consider really positive attributes and wonderful values and behavior to be. I'd love it to hear from you how you feel about success and whether you believe that it is possible to be successful and spiritual. Love to hear from you, because I think it's a subject that we don't talk about as spiritual people very often. And it's really positive to be successful. Why would you not want to be successful? Why would you want to limit or constrict your success? Why? Be successful, be the best that you can be clear about your values, be clear about the way that you want to, your moral code, how you want to go about doing things. And then you're authentic, and the universe will bring you success in a multitude of many, 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 many ways. Because I think sometimes people think they have to swap success for spirituality. You know, like sometimes I have people reach out to me, particularly with regards to the mentorships which I run, and there's like a fear around doing something which they love to do. It's almost like, I don't know whether I should do that. You know, I'm very successful in my career. Great, bring more success into your career. It's interesting how people think if they're going to do something that they really want to do, then for some reason that's going to mean they're not going to have any money. What? The energy which you bring into the world, which you share when you do what you love, is something which will bring you abundance in so many ways. I'll just finish on this before we go to the oracle cards. My son was saying to me today, my youngest, he said to me, Monday's the worst day of the week, isn't it? And I said, do you think so? Because you hear it all the time. Oh, it's the worst day of the week. Monday's the worst day of the week. Because you're conditioned. You're told it's that. It's rubbish. You're told it's that. And I said, do you think so? And he said, yeah, I do. So it's like the first pancake. It's never any good. First day of the week and the first pancake. He said that it's never any good. And I said, why? He said, oh, I don't know. I don't know. And I said, no, you don't know. You're just saying what you've been told. I said, I love Mondays. I love Mondays because I do what I love to do on a Monday and a Tuesday and a Wednesday and a Thursday and a Friday and a Saturday and a Sunday. And that didn't happen overnight, but it is happening now. And so I'm excited about Monday. I'm excited about Monday morning messages. I'm excited about growing and developing and sharing more things with you. I'm excited because I'm doing what I love to do. And that contributes positively to all aspects of my life. So don't think Monday's a bad day. Don't be told what you should feel about Mondays. Be excited about, for example, Mondays. Be excited about the openness to you beginning to prioritize the things which you love to do. So who does it for you? Who does it for you? I'd love to know. Or if it's personal or if it's private, what is it about what they do that does it for you? Okay, so let me tell you what it is that this person, I'll give you some pointers on what this person does. He treats people, no matter who they are, exactly the same, with respect. He is interested in inspiring and encouraging. He is somebody who listens in a way which is remarkable to me. He's someone who always wants to do the very best. Like, how can we make this the very most amazing, best thing that it can possibly be? He is kind. He's humble. He is someone who does what he says he will do and will only do what he says he will do. So honesty, authenticity, integrity, they're all values. Success, empowering others, being extremely successful yourself and happy himself, is extremely happy, does amazing things, goes amazing places. And that is an energy which contributes positively to the lives of others around him. He likes to give back, but he also really enjoys having what he has too. Interesting. Okay, so let's see what our guardian angels would like us to know. Oh, I love this. If you're looking, Leslie, and all of the other people who have that really strong connection with pearls, that's just a lovely one that was just facing that way. Love that card so much. Love the pearls. Just symbolizes what can happen from a little piece of grit which the oyster creates a coating around, and it turns into a beautiful, beautiful pearl. I think that symbolizes a lot of us and our growth. So let's see what our guardian angels would like us to know about this week. What's their message for this week? Okay, so I'm going to take the cards into my chest. I'm going to fill my cards with my oracle card blessing, which is encapsulated in my symbol. And I'm asking Trisan, my guardian angel, to share with us all a message for this week as to how you can be inspired, how you can be encouraged to really move forwards into your own success through identifying values and behaviors and attitudes to life which you admire, which you value. Okay, and let us see. What is our card for the week? Right, well, that one is our card. Oh, hold on a minute. There's a few there that wanted to come out at the same time. Our card for the week is, oh, isn't it wonderful how often this card comes out for us? Receiving from the angels. Okay, receiving from the angels. There's a few things that I'd like to point out to you about this card, because I really enjoy teaching people how to read cards and how to wean them away from the instruction manual. Something that I love to do through the Oracle Card Academy. Okay, so this card, receiving from angels, the message is shimmering wings of angels, embrace my love. Okay, what this also shows us in terms of the symbols and in terms of the colors, which are vibrational frequencies, is that the central theme of this for me, what stands out for me in this card, and I'd love to know what stands out for you, because it will be different for all of us, is this gold, this golden body here. Now, gold is the energy of success. We've been talking about success, haven't we? We've been talking about what success means. We've been talking about role models. People are successful in their lives. So this energy, which is golden, is asking you to focus upon success. What does success mean to you? Additionally, you could see some yellow here. And the yellow is about defining yourself, knowing what you are, knowing who you are, and being that all the time, being that unconditionally, in ways which doesn't kind of hinge on what anyone else is doing or saying. Being yourself, the happiest, most content, most positive state of being, and contributes to your success. It's authenticity. People know when you're authentic. They know when you're being yourself. In addition, here we have a beautiful light purple. Now, this is a vibrational frequency and color of forgiveness, self-forgiveness. Forgive yourself for wanting a wonderful life. Why would you not want a wonderful life? The angels want you to have a wonderful life. The angels want you to be happy. They want you to do everything that you enjoy. They're not judging you. They're not thinking, oh, you know, he or she wants things which are unbecoming. The more you are successful in your life, the more you understand what that means, and the more you allow yourself to experience it in a multitude of ways, the most positive energy you contribute to the world, the growth of the world. Okay, so this is a forgiveness, self-forgiveness. In addition, here around the outside, we have this light blue, and this light blue is an energy of harmony. one of the meanings of light blue, which I teach in the Oracle Card Academy, is about communication and also harmony. So bringing success into harmony through forgiving yourself for maybe not being where you thought you would be, forgiving yourself for things which you've done in the past which have sabotaged you and yourself, forgiving yourself for wanting to have a wonderful life. Why would you not be? It's so common. You're so not on your own. Feeling guilty about wanting to have a wonderful life. Why would you not want to have a wonderful life? Why would you not want to have an incredible home and fantastic choices around how you spend your free time? Why would you not want that? Okay? So, receiving from the angels. The angels want you to have everything that you want for yourself. They're helping you. Your guardian angel is helping you to find light-filled and successful role models who you can emulate, who you can look at and say, right, that's the way I want to be. That's the attitude. That's the way to go about doing things. That's the whole complete life experience that I'm looking for. And when you have that role model, it really helps you to move forwards. And in moments where you doubt, or in moments where you think, I'm not sure what to do, take yourself into that person and just think, what would they do? How would they behave in that situation? What would their attitude be? And find out about that person. Read up about their life experiences. It's hugely inspiring. People that we are good role models, that are really positive role models, are not people who have had an easy life, not people who things have kind of just fallen into their lap. They're people who have really earned their success, who have learned in a practical way about things which are of value, about persistence and about resilience and about being encouraging to others and positive, and about having an approach to life which isn't about taking, and it isn't just about giving either. It's about finding a balance. And that's another meaning for this blue here. So think about that message of receiving for angels. Think about that message of success for you. Look out for role models. Please, I'd love to hear from you how you're feeling about this conversation, which I'm opening up here to have with you. I'm just interested in helping you to advance and progress and move forwards and move upwards in your life, and to welcome the happiest, most successful, most positive life experience. It's available to you. Those role models, they're no better than you. Okay? They just focused on what they wanted. Perhaps they had a role model. They felt their passion. They developed. They took steps out of their comfort zone, and they achieved success. And you can do that too. You can do that too. So I'm sending you big love, huge amounts of love. Can't wait to read all of your comments, and I can't wait to be with you in the next Monday morning message. Have a superb, incredible, successful week, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.